out the layers. Then of course, you have to eye black it. Can you even see me right now?
Can you even see me right now?
So, as you can see, it's very foggy. Visibility right now is less than 100 yards probably. And it's really hard to spot animals. It's just getting worse and worse the higher I get. Hey man, hunting's hard. Alright guys, so the fog is trying to burn off, but it's still probably 100, 150 yards visibility. But I made my way up to the top here, and this situation I'm in now is pretty cool because I'm up on top of a big knob overlooking a really good saddle that that they can funnel down off the big ridge into, and they can cross over laterally. So what I'm gonna do, I think, is I'm gonna sit up here and call, since I can't spot anything right now, and put a stock on it. I'm gonna call a little bit and hope that they kind of feed my way, you know, up over the saddle, or because they can come from left, right, or straight off the top of the big ridge. So I'm just gonna sit here and call and knock an arrow, see what happens. It got cold. The fog burned off for the most part, and then it got really cold. But guys, there's deer everywhere in here. Everywhere you look, all over the ridge. And the good thing is they're all getting bumped from the north side. No, the south side of the hill. And I'm on the north side. They're all just funneling into this big basin that I'm looking into, which is a good thing because hopefully there's some elk over there. It's probably hunters or something that are pushing them all over. So if the herd is over there, hopefully they'll get pushed right towards me, and I'm in a really good spot. It's kind of like a natural, like an area where I think they would naturally want to flow into. So that's a good thing. There's also a hunter at the very top of this ridge, just silhouetted, just walking the ridge. So, oh, there's another one at the very top of the ridge, skylined. That's what was pushing them over. Okay, well, so far I've seen two hunters. They're both at the very top of the ridge, pushing down towards me, I guess, or just walking the ridge. I don't know what they're doing, but I'll show you guys some phone scope of the deer, but it's too cold. I don't want to take my gloves off, and they're all does anyway, so if I see anything cooler than that, not that does aren't cool, but if I see a buck or some elk or something, I might set the old spotting scope up and give you some phone scope. Okay, so we got a hunter right there. Hunter right there. And hunter way up there. All just walking the ridge. I just stalked a cow for probably an hour straight. I kind of called her down from, man, probably a mile away. And she came right to me and then kind of held up on a different ridge. So I dropped down into some real nasty north-facing, just hellish stuff. Came back up the other side. I mean, I was making so much noise, I really didn't think that she would hang around. So I just started climbing after her, and I had the wind right. Got up here, and she hadn't moved at all. So, then finally, once I got closer, she would just she wasn't really scared or anything, but she would move away from me. Finally, I got her at 80 yards, and I took a shot through a keyhole. Actually, I'll show you. I had to shoot between that big stump and these trees just right there, a little, probably 2-foot gap. And the result was a low miss. So, missed her that time. She ran probably 50 yards, and I kind of have this hump right here that I could hide under, so I got down and crawled on my hands and knees because she wasn't real spooked. I cow called right after I missed. So I chased her. Got to 70 the next time. She was staring right at me. I couldn't move. Took another shot. Low again. Go over there. I was a little afraid that one might have hit. But, she didn't. Again, she wasn't scared. I cow called right after, mewed at her. And she ran another 30 yards. Snuck up. Again, I had another kind of knoll that I could stay under. And so I crawled up there again, and she was staring at me, and I got to the top of that knoll, and I kind of peeked just my head over and ranged her real quick, and she was at 64. So I drew back, crouched down, stood up. She was looking right at me. Took a shot, low again. I don't want to make excuses, but I cannot believe that I missed 3 shots that were well within my range. So I found one of 3 arrows. I'm going to keep looking. I know I didn't hit her, but I want the satisfaction of seeing a clean arrow. So I'm going to keep looking, and at least I found 1 arrow so I can keep hunting today.
Well, I think I'm going to call it. This is the end of day 5. And in those 5 days, I got close to shooting a cow once, and then shot at a cow and missed once, but I missed her 3 times. And that was really it in 5 days. That, and I shot at a coyote and missed because they were running. But it's been rough up here, man. Like I think the big thing that was holding people back, and I don't say this to make an excuse for why I failed. It's obvious these elk, these deer up here are so pressured because just in this one canyon. So there's basically, to give you a layout of this place, there's one road that kind of leads into it, and then it forks off, but really you're hunting like 1 or 2 big canyons. And so these elk just get pressure from down low, and they just push them up and up and up and up and up, and then finally they just bounce out of there, and they'll go just run ridge over ridge over ridge. And then now another thing is it was snowy and cold, and then it warmed up a lot, and a lot of the snow melted. So I think they didn't have to be so low to eat or to feed, and they had the pressure from the bottom. So I think they just bounced out and went, way higher than where we were at. So, and one of the reasons I think that is because I think Saturday was the first day that I hunted here, and that was in the afternoon. I hunted a different place in the morning that was just a bust. But I got here Saturday afternoon and saw 3 or 4 really big herds, like 50 to 80 head each. But it was a madhouse up here, man. Like side by sides and trucks and hunters everywhere you go. And I would think I'd get into a nice spot that people probably wouldn't hunt, or kind of tuck back, or like real thick nasty stuff. And it's just like every time I felt good about something, I'd see fresh hunters' tracks. So I just think there was way too much pressure in here. The razor guys were just ripping up and down this canyon, and it just echoes. I'd spot a side by side probably 3 or 4 miles away and it sounds like it's right next to you because you're in a canyon. They're just running these ridges so hard. I mean, it's gotta just disturb everything in here. So yeah, a lot of that. Just a lot of hunters, man. And then I ran into another guy that said that he rode his 4-wheeler up to the top of a ridge pretty high and was sitting there glassing. And then around the corner comes a group of like 20 hikers. There's people up here just hiking, which I don't have anything against. It's a little weird. It's December, and it's been pretty damn cold, and it's hunting season. But, you know, hey, whatever, do what you want to do. But like I said, I think that just had a lot to do with it. So it's been tough, man. 5 days straight up here has wore me out. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty eye-opening experience. I've learned a lot. I think I'm gonna change a lot of things between now and next season, including my fitness. Like this year, I have been out of shape, and in normal daily things, you know, going to the gym and stuff, like, yeah, you can tell you're out of shape, but it's not a big deal, and you feel like you're making progress when you're going to the gym still. But then you get out here, and every single morning, I'm climbing steep hills, and then a lot of just up and down. Today I went through just a little hellhole that was, I mean, the angle was crazy, down into some super thick stuff, and then back up to go miss 3 times on that cow. So fitness is something that I'm going to change between now and next year. I want to do it anyway, but this is kind of eye-opening. I need to be less fat and have more endurance and be able to walk up a ridge without heaving and hoeing and sweating, because then I get cold. So a lot of things. This is actually a really good hunt besides all those gripes that I've just had, and I learned a lot, man. You know, you can do as much research as you want online about hunting or hunting a certain area, but there's no substitute for just getting out and being out here. Even on the slowest days where the only elk I saw were miles and miles away, you know, you just learn a lot, because then that was one of the last days that I hunted down low. And then, you know, I moved up here and it just started being a lot better. So learn a lot, man. Just get out there and do it.